Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to Amazing Islam. In this volume of Amazing Islam, we will talk about 8 essential ingredients that are essential for success in this world and the hereafter. We will talk not only about doing good deeds, but equally importantly, about abstaining from immoral, unethical, and improper deeds. These 8 ingredients are woven cleverly by Imam Ghazali, as he relates an event about Shaqiq Bilkhi RA and his student Hatim bin Asam. Imam Ghazali appropriately cites verses from the glorious Quran and shows how essential these 8 ingredients are in cultivating a life of integrity, propriety, and perhaps most importantly, personal peace and worldly justice. Let us continue the letter by Imam Ghazali to his student. It is said that amongst the students and followers of Shaqiq Bilkhi Qudsullah, there was a student and follower named Hatim Asam. One day Shaqiq asked him, "O Hatim, how long have you been in my company and heard me speak?" Hatim Asam said, 33 years. Shaqiq then further asked, "How have you profited from me in that duration?" Hatim bin Asam replied that he acquired 8 benefits. Shaqiq exclaimed, "To Allah we belong and to Him is our return. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un." O Hatim, I have spent my life in education and upbringing, and you have acquired no more than 8 benefits from my knowledge? Hatim replied, "O teacher, truth be told, what I have said is reality, and I have not needed anything more than what I have stated. And that much profit from knowledge is sufficient, because I am convinced that these 8 benefits will lead to my salvation in this world and the hereafter." Shaqiq inquired, "O Hatim, all right, then tell me what these 8 benefits are." "O teacher, the first benefit is that I have seen that the people of the world, every one of them, has a beloved. But the beloved of these people are such that some of them will accompany you till you acquire a life-ending illness, and some will be with you till death itself, and some will stay with you until you are buried. But after burial, all those beloved to you will return to the world. No beloved thing will go into the grave with you. Nobody will stay with you in the grave out of love for you. I have noticed and pondered that a beloved is one who will go into the grave and stay with the loved one, who will forever be a source of friendship, who will illuminate the grave, and who will be a companion on the day of judgment and through all its reckonings. I have realized that the beloved, who has all these attributes, is my own good deeds. Therefore I made my good deeds beloved to me, so that they would accompany me into my grave, that they would prove to be my faithful friends, that they would become illuminating lamps for my grave, that they would be with me at every step of the day of judgment, and that they would never be separated from me." Shaqiq Bilkhi exclaimed, "Excellent! O Hatim, you have said something stellar. Now explain what the second benefit is." "O teacher, when I viewed the people of the world, I saw that everyone was pursuing pleasure and lust, and that they were subdued by their worldly desires. Having seen this, I reflected on the following sacred verse: وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. But as for he who feared the position of his Lord, and prevented the soul from unlawful inclination, then indeed paradise will be his refuge." My belief in the truthfulness of the noble Quran and the words of Allah strengthened, and I faced my inner self, and I prepared myself to fight my base desires. I beautified my inner self, and refused to be subdued by its desires until it learned to acquire peace through worship of Allah the Exalted. Shaqiq Bilkhi replied, May Allah the Exalted bless you with abundance of piety. Okay, now expound on the third benefit. O teacher, the third benefit is that when I placed my gaze upon the people of the world, I saw that every person was accumulating material things with great and painstaking effort, and everyone became very happy with the wealth they were able to hoard. However, I realized that the sacred Quran contains a verse that states the following: "Ma عندكم ينفد وما عند الله باق." Whatever you have will end, but what Allah has is lasting. So whatever I had accumulated in this world, I distributed it amongst the poor and needy to please Allah. Whatever I give away will be reserved for me in Allah's proximity, and my charity will become for me the reward and salvation of the Day of Judgment. Shaqiq Bilkhi then said, O Hatim, may Allah the Exalted reward you. You have spoken most highly and have done worthy deeds. Okay, tell me the fourth benefit. O teacher, the fourth benefit is that I have seen that some people think that grandeur, pomp, honor, and glory come from association with glorious communities and nations. Therefore, they display pride in their nations. Some believe that grandeur and glory comes from abundant wealth or from property or offspring. These people have pride in their property or their dependents. Some think that a display of anger, violence, criticism, homicide, and corruption is a manifestation of grandeur, and they take pride in such behavior. Some think that excessive waste of money is equivalent to elevated status, so they take pride in excessive spending and think that makes them great. But I have pondered upon this verse, in which Allah the Exalted states, "Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum." Surely the most honorable of you with Allah is the one who is most God conscious. Therefore it is true that the views of the people are false, incorrect, and conjectural. As a result, I have adopted God consciousness so that I can come close to Allah and be counted amongst those with the most exalted status. Shaqiq Bilkhi exclaimed, O Hatim, may Allah the Exalted accept your efforts. Your statements are most excellent. Now tell me the fifth benefit. O teacher, the fifth benefit is that I saw that people are complaining about each other because of jealousy, envy, and grudges, and that this was driven by pursuit of grandeur, status, and material wealth. Then I looked to the pure Quran and reflected on a verse in which it states, نحن قسمنا بينهم معيشتهم في الحياة الدنيا. It is we who have apportioned among them their livelihood in the life of this world. I pondered that Allah the Exalted and Elevated has from the beginning already reserved livelihood and status for us, and nobody is able to meddle with what is destined. So I never competed with nor envied anyone, and I was happy with Allah, what Allah had apportioned and destined for me. Shaqiq said, O Hatim, you speak the truth and implement well. What is the sixth benefit? O teacher, when I view the people of the world, I see a lot of conflict, and I pondered on this verse. إن الشيطان لكم عدو فاتخذه عدوا. Indeed, Satan is an enemy to you, so take him as an enemy. Thereafter, I was firm in my belief of the veracity of Allah's words. One should not have enmity with anyone except Shaitan or followers of Shaitan. Thereafter, I saw Shaitan as my adversary, and I resisted all of his temptations. Rather, I became obedient to Allah's commands and adopted piety and submission, as well as worship and surrender. The straight path is Sirat al-Mustaqim, as Allah Himself has said, أَلَمْ أَحَدْ إِلَيْكُمْ يَا بَنِي آدَمَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا الشَّيْطَانَ إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ وَأَنِ اعْبُدُونِي هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ. Did I not enjoin upon you, O children of Adam, that you not worship Shaitan, for indeed he is to you a clear enemy, and that you worship only me? This is a straight path. Shaqiq explained, O Hatim, well said, well done. Now state the seventh benefit. O teacher, the seventh benefit is that I have seen the people of the world have forgotten the importance of distinguishing between the permitted and the forbidden, the halal and the haram. Rather, they are becoming base and shameless in their pursuit of doubtful and forbidden earnings. Then I reflected on this particular verse. وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا عَلَى اللَّهِ رِزْقُهَا. And there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision. Then again I strengthened my belief that the Quran is true and correct. I realized that I too am one of the living beings on this earth, and I became immersed in the worship of Allah, and I believed firmly that Allah would provide for me because He has made a promise to provide livelihood for all. Shaqiq said, well done and well said. Now state the eighth benefit. Hatim stated that the eighth benefit was that people were depending on each other or something. Some depended on their possessions, and some depended on other people. But I reflected on this sacred verse in which Allah the Exalted states, وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. And whoever relies on Allah, then He is sufficient for him. Since then, I relied only on Allah the Exalted, the Glorious, and the Most Powerful. وَهُوَ حَسْبِي وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. Allah is sufficient for us, and He is the best disposer of affairs. When Shaqiq Bilkhi heard these benefits, he exclaimed, O Hatim, may Allah give you guidance and success. You have spoken most eloquently. I have seen these eight virtues being mentioned in the Torah, the Bible, the Zabur, and the Holy Quran. All four books have included these eight virtues in their teachings, and whoever implements these eight virtues, indeed, he or she has implemented upon all four of these books. That completes this volume of Amazing Islam. We will continue with the letter by Imam Ghazali to his student next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and may peace and blessings of Allah be upon you.